of the tangible evidence was used to be the scale. But the scale, if you are that type of listener, you know what I'm talking about. Scale ain't always around. He ain't always our friend. He ain't always on our side. And hear me out when I say that. If you are a person that has or have found strength in numbers, the scale messes with you bad. You know what I'm saying? Because that number, you become that number. And you might ask yourself, okay, yeah, that's true. When I get on the scale, my whole mood changes. Like, it's either it controls my mood, I'm super, super happy, or I am terribly, terribly disappointed in myself after all of the hard work I've done. I didn't get or reach the number that I set. My expectation has not been met. Now, an object shouldn't really have that much control, but it does. It does seemingly have the control over us, and we wonder why. So I said, you know what? I'm not getting on the scale for the rest of the year because I'm one of those folks that will, and it controls my mood. I'm just like you if that person was you. Now, that was the truth. Let's deal with some of the root. Now, I'm going to share my root. This may not be your root, so hear me out. When you're in grade school, you perform, okay? Grade school, elementary, I'm country, okay? Follow me. Elementary school, we perform for grades. We come into this earth performing for something. Whether it's a hand clap because we got a few steps, we finally can walk, or whether it's 100 and a smiley face and a sticker on a piece of loose leaf paper. We slowly become programmed to understand that, oh, okay, that number gets me this acknowledgement, right? That it feels good. It feels good. That number means something to others, right? What has just happened? Your endorphins have now been connected to something happening as a result of a number, and also linked it to external validation. So I can get that if I do this, and I could get this if I do that. Now, those that might be listening might say, I don't see any problem with that. And that's great. But for those of us that are high performers and hypercritical of ourselves, this is a problem, because our endorphins and our serotonin and everything else that we want to gain comes from everything external. We have nothing in here to pull and draw from when we're in our deepest, darkest moments, because that 100 and that sticker ain't there inside. So also, what does that mean? Well, that means that now you have to build a connection that you never really learned, or use a tool that you never really harnessed. So that's difficult for you and us. It's difficult for us. But we have to do this, because if you're on a journey and you feel like I'm doing all these things and I still have a void, baby, join the club. We are literally undoing years of what we have now created trauma from, and we're having to relearn. That word trauma gets on people's nerves. It's a void. It's an experience.